Let's see if we can finally see what the Yanks are up to. Alright, so they're on the map. They're visible for the first time. And it looks like he pulled back behind Bayou Gras and is assuming a defensive position. So he has men building breastworks here, so he's trying to fortify himself. He's got 3 visible sections of artillery, so this is going to present an interesting conundrum for me. So I'm going to go ahead and first move the CSS Arkansas up here and see if we can't get an eye down on the Yanks over here. And let's start harassing them with artillery fire, especially for these units over here building breastworks. So I've really, this is going to be now much more difficult because looking south, and you know, I'm guessing what he's done is just pulled up to this swamp over here, completely abandoned the city of Baton Rouge itself, and is going to try to invite me to attack him. So with that in mind, I'm going to go ahead and take my 2 divisions. I'm going to send one to attack the southern flank here, where it looks like 30 feet elevation, 30 feet elevation, so that, and with the CSS Arkansas here, I'll have their flank protected with additional firepower. That's going to be one effort, so I'm going to divide my forces into 2. My other division is, I'm going to send a brigade to feint around here, but then I'll move additional forces to flank up there. And basically how my plan is going to work is I'm not going to necessarily have a main effort and a supporting effort. What I'm going to do is I'm going to sort of ping pong between the two. If there's a weakness, exploit it, force them to pull troops away from one front to support the other, and back and forth like that. And eventually, hopefully, I can wear them down. I still have 23 turns, so we still have a lot of fighting ahead of ourselves. But I don't want to also though. To rely on one big mass assault, especially with these swamps here, this marsh, which will not only slow me down, but also put my units disrupted. So going to take my Kentuckian brigade over here under Helm. I'm going to march them in column for speed. So looking at the terrain, I'm assuming he's probably have forces covering this road at 30 elevation, 35 feet. So if I move my men behind here, he won't be able to see them. So what I might do is send this smaller brigade, and they're roughly about the same size. There's no really, this one's actually a little bit smaller. So what I might do is just send this smaller portion, demonstrate there, so he sees them and is concentrated on them, while another force flanks up around here. So for the time being, though, let's get all these men in column, and we're gonna start pushing around the enemy's flank, because I don't want to do a headlong assault across here into, I guarantee he's gonna have more troops here, watching his front. So I'll send with them 2 sections of artillery, Pettus's battery, and I'll move them up here, and let's see if just by posting them here, no, he won't be able to see them. So I'll wait, though. I don't want them to just roll up without infantry support. We'll get Stratton's brigade also in column and start moving them along. And they'll probably, since their brigade's a little bit larger, because all of their men are 200. Let's see these. Yep. So these will probably be my flanking forces. Let's see, that's Stratton's brigade too. Yep. There's the division commander, Clark. So we're going to go ahead and send these guys up around the northern flank, and we'll see what we can do in that regard. I know I outnumbered the enemy by about 1,500 troops, so I can use that to my advantage, but I also don't want to just rely on overwhelming odds. I want to use maneuver to whatever degree I possibly can. So again, I'm estimating that the enemy has given up the town and has moved up here, so I'm gambling, but I have 23 turns, but I'm going to need to use all of them. I want to be able to wear them down myself and not have to worry too much about speed and brute force. So go ahead, get all this brigade in column. We'll get the Kentucky brigade too, and again, I'm going to focus on the flank right around here so that the CSS Arkansas can help protect and do supporting fire. So time is now, well, time has always been of the essence. It's even more so now, considering the fact that he's picked a really good defensive position. He's done a lot what he could, based off his numbers and based off the victory conditions. So time to make it up. And I'm going to send the Army Commander Breckenridge with the Southern Command here, just because there's going to be a couple more artillery batteries that are going to be up to support. I'm going to send a supply wagon up north, supply wagon to the south, my southern flank, and we'll just see how this goes. So that's pretty much all I can do for this turn. I'm not going to be able to fire besides just the CSS Arkansas. Double check. Unfortunately, man, I wish I could get this last regiment in here. That would be incredibly helpful, but for some reason they're fixed this entire game. I don't know why. It could be an oversight or something. So they got another section of guns up here, so they have a decent amount of artillery if I remember correctly. Well, we're gonna go ahead and proceed, and we'll see how this goes. Thank you for tuning in, and please like, comment, and subscribe.